creative wonders. One of the greatest wonders of God in the Bible is the creation of heaven and earth that took place in just 6 days. Hear what I said? One of the greatest wonders of God in the Bible is the creation of heaven and earth, which took God only 6 days to create. That's one of the greatest wonders in the Bible. The creation of heaven and earth by Elohim in just 6 days. Just 6 days. The first verse of the Bible declares these words. Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 says, "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth." The very first verse in the book. In the beginning, God. Who? God. Say God. Say God. Say God. Say God. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. God did that. Now, the Hebrew word for the word created in this verse is the word bara. So in the beginning, God bara the heaven and the earth. In the beginning, God bara the heaven and the earth. Bara is a word that is used only for God in the Hebrew language. In the Hebrew, bara is a word used only for God and God's activity. He says, "And God bara the heaven and the earth." One of the meanings of the word bara, as used here in this verse, is to create something out of nothing. Is to create ex nihilo. Is to create something out of nothing. Create ex nihilo. So when you say in the beginning God bara the heaven and the earth, it means in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth out of nothing. Now the word bara also appears in other parts of the Bible, but in this particular verse, it means create ex nihilo. So God created the heaven and the earth out of nothing. That itself is wonders. That is the beginning of wonders. So the Bible began with wonders. It's a book of the supernatural, the book of wonders. In the beginning, God bara the heaven and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth out of nothing. It shows God as the originator of that which is from that which was not. It shows God as the originator of that which is from that which was not. He created the heaven and earth ex nihilo. He made the heaven and earth out of nothing. He didn't require any raw materials to produce his production. He produced without raw materials. Only God can do that. You and me, humans, we can make, we can form, but it's always with raw materials. But God makes without raw materials. God creates without raw materials. So from nothing, he brings out something. From nowhere, he creates somewhere. From nothing, he produces something. That will be your encounter here today. In your life, God will make something out of nothing. For being a part of this service today, God will make something out of your life out of nothing. Where there is nothing, God will make something today. In your life, in your body, in your home, in your finance, in your economy, where there is nothing, today God will bara something out. God will make something out of nothing today. That's the God we are. And God did everything you can see in the whole earth in 6 days. I mean, not in 60 years, in 6 days. Not in 6,000 years, in 6 days. I mean, the whole earth, the plants, the trees, the animals, not just in Fresno, not in America, not just North America, all over the nations of the earth. Imagine the size of God's creativity. You know how many trees are in Fresno? How many trees are in Fresno? You can't count. How many trees you have in California? How many trees do you have in America? How many trees do you have on the earth? You can't count. Do you know how wide the oceans are on earth? At times, you stand by the ocean, you can't see the end. You would think that the sky met the water somewhere because it's so expansive. God made all that in 6 days. He made all that, all the animals on the earth, all the forests, all the plantations, everything your eyes can see on the earth, God birthed them in 6 days from nothing.